I didn't vacuum.
All right, we're live. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Here we go.
Seems like I can't turn on my TV or go scrolling through my news feed without something that'll bring me down. Some kind of crisis I could do nothing about. It makes me want to grab my fishing gear, pack a cooler full of cold beer, hold my pickup to my fishing hole. Best way I know to let my troubles go, standing on the shoreline, soaking up the sunshine, finding the right bait is my only care. Enjoying the warm breeze, taking it easy, while the whole world loses its mind. Know I'll be alright, as long as the fish will bite.
I would love to be somewhere with a pole in my hand right now with a rod. Doing a little casting, throwing it in the water. This song, Happy Place. And there he is. It's Clayton Smalley, everybody. Welcome to Skip Happens. Hi, Clayton. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
We're doing wonderful.
Doing great. Welcome.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for having me on.
It's our pleasure, and it's great to talk to the newer artists like yourself. But just your music already speaks for itself. What kind of guy you are? I mean, your music's excellent, and you're singing a song about fishing. As for anything better than that, it's so cool. And as we look outside, of course, we see snowflakes right now. Even in it's after Mother's Day and it's snowing.
That's
so
crazy.
It's nuts. It's nuts. But Clayton Smalley, where are you right now?
I'm in Spanish Fork, Utah, and it's not that crazy because I've seen snow here in May. So.
Oh, I know. I can imagine.
Where's so we might get another one.
Where's Spanish Fork?
It's about 45 minutes south of Salt Lake City.
Oh, okay. All right. So if we were to go there, we'd fly into Salt Lake City.
Yep.
Yeah, very cool.
There's skiing over there where you are?
Yeah, skiing's big. I haven't done it yet. I've only been here since 2014. I guess that's 6 years, but I'd spend most of the time working and doing music, so I don't have a whole lot of time to ski. But yeah, it's big out here.
It's one of my bucket list places. There in Denver.
It's supposed to be the best snow on earth.
So I hear.
I don't know if I would chance the skiing thing. I don't have good luck doing those things. But how come you're in Utah? You said you just moved there in 2014.
Yeah, my brother moved up. So I was born and raised in a small town in Southern California.
Oh,
and I lived there until I had both my kids. My son was, I think, 6 months old when I took the first welding inspection job offer I got, and it was out in Wilmington, North Carolina. So we moved out there, and we were out there for 10 years. And then just got my brother moved up here when everything crashed out west, and he got me on with the company he was working at. I wanted to get out here because he just had his first kid, so I wanted to be around my nephew. And
awesome, man! Oh, awesome.
Most of the family.
I got you. But how did music come into play?
Music, it's always been like I've always wanted to do it. Like when I was younger, it was it was the dream to be doing it for a living. But for me, just life got in the way, and
But life
got married and had kids. And
there's nothing wrong with that. I totally get it. Totally.
Yeah.
Get it. Joining us tonight, we got Deb Lamphere with the Country Music Fan Club. She lives right here in Syracuse, and it's always an honor to bring her on, and she gets to find out about the artists. Of course, I do the radio thing and a program director at the Wolf here in Syracuse. So we put our thoughts together, and we're working together at this type of thing and exposing new artists like yourself. Now, exposing did not sound like a good word to use right now.
I heard that. I didn't want to say anything.
That's all right. But so you do have a job. I mean, you said a welding inspector.
Yeah, in California, like once I met my wife and we had my daughter, we were pretty young. I was 21 or 22 when we had her, and so I was just starting my welding career at that point, just trying to find something to make some money. And it was pretty important to my wife and I that she stayed home and raised the kids.
Mhm.
And it became apparent pretty fast that I was either going to have to start making a lot more money or work a couple jobs. So that's what I did.
But how long have you been playing music? How long have you been doing that? All your life, or pretty much since?
I mean, there was seriously 16 or 17 years there when most of my time was coaching baseball, and you know, when we were in North Carolina, we were always on the water and fishing, and
Oh, awesome.
yeah, that was our happy place. So.
And there's the song which we started out with, at least the first verse of it. It's a happy place. And is that the first song you've had on the radio?
This is my first go around. I've only been back into music for about, I guess it was like a year and a half ago. I started a YouTube. I just like my daughter is 18. She just went off to college, and my son's 15, so he's a freshman in high school. So he's high school baseball now. So my coaching days were over, and it just started to realize I had a lot more time on my hands. So,
Deb, you know what I'm thinking?
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, if it's on the topic of as our kids get older and we have more time on our hands, I think this is the direction you're going. We kind of get to work on our dreams now, right?
Yeah,
and that's where you're going.
And also, he's talking about baseball.
Oh, not you and your baseball. I'm thinking.
I'm a huge baseball fan. I see the red shirt.
Deb knows me in baseball. I'm surprised you didn't bring that up. I mean, I've been, right here in front of me, dude. I'm just saying. We have a bunch of these balls. I got my balls on the table.
He does.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm a Dodgers fan.
No,
you're a Dodgers fan.
I'm from Southern California, man.
You remember, I know we're supposed to be talking music, but a friend of mine played for the Dodgers. Only a short time. He played left field in one game that I saw on TV. Zach Walters. I don't know if that name rings a bell or not, but he played for the Nationals, and then he played minor league. He played major league. He was up and down. He lived with us for a while when he was here in the Syracuse area, and that's how we got to know him. So, but he did go off and play with the Dodgers for a little bit, and now I believe he's in the service. I don't know whatever happened, but whatever. But yeah, he played for the Dodgers a little bit. But I won't hold that against you being a Dodgers fan.
So I was off on the wrong track there. Sorry.
No, but those tracks are parallel. I get it. We're living our dreams. We're doing what we have to do. Clayton's doing what he wants to do. His dream is music, and But you know what's cool about what you do? You've got something to fall back on too. You've got the music. You've got a job, and you can. I'm sorry, my Alexa was just talking to me. I'm like, what's going on?
Does she have a question?
I don't know. Alexa, do you have a question? No.
Okay.
Did you hear that? She goes, I'm not sure. But anyways, where was I? So anyways, let's talk about your music a little bit. Your writing. How often do you write? And getting music to radio and all that. I know you said this is your first single that's been presented to radio, but tell us a little bit about the way you do things.
We've been doing it a good bit lately with everything that's been going on, but we always try to at least do once a week, and just because with my work schedule and stuff. But we got Mondays is our write day for sure, my co-writing partner and I, and then just recently we've started writing with Steve Dean out of Nashville also. My writing partner is John Griffin. He's out of Nashville as well. But Steve's got a pretty good resume. He's got 6 number ones, including Walk On by Reba McEntire, who's a big, one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Watching You by Rodney Atkins. And
Rodney's cool.
Yeah, Rodney Atkins is awesome too. But we've been writing with him it's been 3 or 4 weeks now, and we've come up with 3 songs that I'm pretty proud of. We haven't even recorded them yet. I was supposed to actually be in Nashville last month, but all this went down, so we're postponing that hopefully till this summer, because we got 8 or 9 songs to cut. So
you're ready to go.
I'm ready to roll. So I met John on Instagram.
Oh, cool.
When I started my YouTube channel and everything, I wanted to start building up the Instagram, just building up social media. So I started looking for people that were in music and, following them. And building up, who I was following first, just trying to build up that network. And at about the same time, John had decided that anybody that followed him, he was going to ask them how they found him, and what was the reason for following him. So I told him, you popped up on my suggested list. I saw your music, and we talked for a little bit that day, and then I guess he went and started checking out my videos and stuff, and seeing that I had some original stuff as well, and hit me up like a week later, I think, and asked if I'd be interested in co-writing, which I'd never done before.
Okay.
I'd never written with anybody else before. So I told him, yeah, let's do it. I mean, I was all in at this point. I'm getting back into it. I got to break down all the walls and just throw myself into it completely. And that's what we did. And we just started doing it over Facebook Messenger once a week, and been doing that it's been a year now.
Do you get out? I know you can't do it right now, but what about your gigging? Did you get out and play different clubs? Did you do a lot of stuff before all this happened? Were you making yourself known that way?
Yeah, out here last year we had a really good year. We I can't remember exactly how many shows we played, but we played every weekend all summer long. And the big out here is the summertime. But yeah, we've played a few of the bigger bars around here up until everything went down. But yeah, just getting out. Last year was the first real big year. The first year I'd kind of put a group together. I think we played, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 times the year before that. So the first year I started, yeah.
So you're still working full time, and you're doing this on your nights and weekends.
Yep.
Full schedule.
Yep.
Wow.
It does get busy. Yeah.
It does. Do you think there will ever be a time where you say, if let's say this single takes off and now they're going to expect another one, do you think there'll be a time where you won't be doing the other job anymore?
I mean, that's the goal. I would love to, yeah. But yeah, we're just kind of at this point. It's all brand new, so I'm just kind of playing it by ear.
And how did you get noticed to have the song? Did you push the song to the promoter yourself? How did all that happen? How did you get noticed, or did they notice you on your YouTube channel, or did you go after it yourself? I guess is what I'm asking.
It was kind of like a in relation thing, because John works with Grassroots Promotions. So yeah, I went out to Nashville just recently for the CRS, and I met all of them guys. Good, awesome, bunch of awesome people, and
it's a crazy party.
Yeah, that was a blast, and but yeah, we went to their deal as well as some other stuff, and yeah, I got to meet everybody from Grassroots, and
we love Grassroots.
Group of people.
They're awesome. Yeah.
People. Yes, we do a lot of work with them, and I enjoy the people that call on me with the new artists and the songs. I mean, they're just it's a great promotions marketing company. I'm loving what they're doing, and I'm loving what they're doing with their artists. Obviously, I see one side of it, and to me, everything looks cool. So I love it. So that's cool. So what else do you do in Utah? I mean, what is there to do in Utah?
I mean, if you go to Salt Lake, there's a nightlife. Me, I love being outdoors, man. Fishing, hiking, hunt. I mean, everything. Yeah. So for me, it's perfect, just like North Carolina was. But yeah, one of my favorite places to be is up in the mountains, which you only get to go up there. I think they just recently opened all the gates to the dirt roads up there. So.
And because of the snow and all that.
Yeah, they won't let you up there when there's.
That could be exciting.
Well, people go up there on snowmobiles. I'd love to do that one of these days.
That would be cool.
There when nobody's back there. Yeah,
that would be cool. Yeah. What do you fish for? Anything?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it kind of depends on the time of year. Like right now, there's walleye hitting in the river. The trout are getting ready to go. Like Cutthroat out here is a lot of fun, and the river's right. Like I got a river right here by my house.
Oh, how nice!
Got brown trout and brook trout and rainbow trout. Yeah, it's and then summertime usually we'll go over to the lake here and fish for catfish at night and stuff when it's cooler. But it's a pretty big variety. Yeah,
it is. What about hunting?
Hunting, big for me. The biggest thing's deer and elk. every now and then I'll do turkey hunting. I did a lot of turkey hunting when I was out in North Carolina, which is going on right now here. It's been pretty busy with work and stuff, so I haven't really had a chance to get out. But yeah, my time, I spend most of my time in the woods is in the fall.
Good year.
Yeah, exactly. Beautiful year. It's beautiful time there, and it's a beautiful time in the fall here in the Northeast as well.
I bet. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I've wanted to always go out there for the fall.
Yeah, we'd love to have you come up sometime. The have you been on a radio tour? Have they sent you out to do that yet?
Not yet, no.
Start banging on doors and meeting program directors and having them play your record and
not yet. Yeah.
No, pretty soon maybe.
Yeah,
pretty
hopefully.
Soon. Let's hope. Well, yeah, let's hope, right? Let's hope. How is this you're fortunate enough to have another gig. I get that, to have a full-time job, but there's a lot of artists that do not. And this period that we're going through where, depending on where you are in the country, well, I guess everywhere, you can't go out and do anything right now. So, I mean, how are you doing and how does that affect everything?
For me, yeah, it's been, I'm all right. Cause I'm basically deemed us as essential employees because we're working on hospitals and stuff. But, yeah, I can't imagine, like, luckily the live stream thing seems to have kind of, at least hopefully, from what I've seen, people have been gracious enough to, like, you know, when somebody puts on a live stream and puts up their virtual tip jar or whatever, it seems like they're, from what I've seen, there's people, you know, jumping in there and helping them out. But man, if you were doing it full time, I can't imagine the hit you're taking right now.
I don't know if you can see this on your screen, but Kim says we love Clayton in Oklahoma.
Thank you, Kim. Oh yeah, I see it now.
There it is. And let's see, what else do we have here? It's cool because you can put your comment up here, and I can put it over, and of course Clayton will see it. Well, she says Clayton Smalley is awesome. You know Brandy?
I know Brandy.
I love it. And now, of course, Kathy Lawler. She's a Central New York girl. We have a venue called Kegs, and they do a lot of big shows there. So obviously, she's like, get them to come to Kegs.
Cool.
Okay.
I would love to come up there and play.
We'd love to have you. We'd love to have you.
I'd love to. I've been up. I haven't been like in around New York. I went up. My father-in-law lives in Newcastle, Pennsylvania, and we went up to Niagara Falls one time. I know my producer Dave Flint. He's from where's he from? Albany, I think.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys know. He used to play guitar for Billy Montana. And
yeah, John was talking. I believe John mentioned him before you came on, and said he's in Albany. Yes. And Albany's really just a couple of hours from here. It's really not far at all. So, which is really, really cool.
It's awesome. Yeah, I'd love to come up there.
We'd love to have you. Where do you find the best places to write? I mean, you say you get together with others and you do your writing that way once in a while, you co-write, but do you ever just kind of go out by the river and sit there and think and write, or maybe use your phone and record certain things into the phone to give you, like, keep the thought?
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that I've recorded, well, I'd say it's 50-50. Half of it's when I'm driving. So I work all over the place. So I spent probably half my day in my truck. So I'll try to make myself turn the radio off every now and then to kind of get the ideas flowing. Because, I mean, I love listening to music, so it's hard to do that. But I try to at least make myself a little bit every week, turn it off and just kind of run through some ideas and get it down, like you say, on voice memo. But, yeah, you can't beat going outside or being up in the mountains and when it's just dead quiet. And, yeah.
Like Deb's house right now. It's so quiet. I've never heard it so quiet.
Oh my gosh.
Usually I hear dishes in the background. I see Julie running by. I hear the dog barking.
I'm getting to know my family very well. Hey, what steered you in the direction of country music?
I grew up on country. Like the town I grew up in, and a lot of people, I say I grew up in Southern California, and they think, you know, LA or San Diego, but I literally grew up in a house in the middle of an alfalfa field, and like there was nothing but dairy farms around, and so I grew up riding horses. And
you didn't have a surfboard,
huh?
You didn't have a surfboard?
Nope.
And then like Southern California.
Actually, I didn't start surfing until I moved to North Carolina.
Oh, but you do surf. Okay,
I did surf some out there. Yeah.
Whereabouts in North Carolina? By the Outer Banks, or?
I lived in Wilmington.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we go to the Outer Banks every year, so we're in that area. So I know it very well.
I loved it out there. It was so far away. All my family was on the West Coast, so we were young and just needed to get out and go, just grow and raise our family. And so I took the first job offer I got, and it was literally on the other side of the country.
John is checking in here already. He says, "Where's your family, Clayton?"
Most of my family's in California. My mom's here in Utah. My brother's here in Utah. And my sister just recently moved up. So my core family, except for like my half brother who still lives in California, and my dad, and then my grandparents and stuff, they're all still in California.
See, I don't know if this is a good thing with John because he says here, "I figured out where to chat." LOL. Is that a warning? Oh, I love it, man. I love it. Let me get is that a Coors? Are you drinking Coors?
No, that wasn't. That was just water, but yes, I do drink Coors.
All right. And the mountains are blue?
Yeah, they're blue.
Okay, just checking. I love it. Oh, and there's Renee.
That's my sister-in-law right there. Yep.
Okay, says I'm here. I don't know where she is, but she's there.
She's here. Yeah, she's they just live down the road. My brother just lived down the road from me.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
very
a couple
cool.
blocks away.
And John tells me you love Reba. I'm a big Reba fan.
I'm a huge Reba. I grew up on Reba. Like my dad loved Reba McEntire, and yeah, I remember we'd go over, every now and then hang out at my grandparents, and they were both truck drivers, so they'd always be working on the trucks, and they'd have the music blaring and doors open, and we'd be sitting up in the rigs listening to Little Rock.
I love it. Yeah. Did you, we were all at CRS together. That's the country radio seminar in Nashville. Rolls around every February, end of February sometimes, towards the beginning of March.
Were you guys out there this year?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yep. We were there. And I've gone for 19, 20 years. Deb has gone for the last 10 or so. And Reba McEntire, did you see her on the stage?
You were at the,
Yeah, at the lunch.
At Universal
lunch. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was my highlight for sure. Yep.
I bet.
Them and Brothers Osborne. I know that's like two totally different spectrums, but I love Brothers Osborne.
And, there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
I think, I love country, but I can listen to rock, classic rock. I listen to some new stuff. I heard something on one of our hip hop stations today, and I went, "That's kind of cool. I like that." It just kind of caught my attention. So it all depends. You have to be very open minded and
sure.
And all that. So Little Rock by Reba would be your favorite song?
My favorite by her. No, I just remember that. It's just a memory. One of my favorite songs by her is How Blue.
Oh, wow.
She did it that night too.
Oh, wow. Yeah. But yes, exactly. Wow.
Yeah.
No, I'm a big Reba fan as well. That's why I ask. I had a yellow lab and we named her after Reba McEntire in a good way. I know. And it's just, I was starstruck the first time that many years ago, she was doing a show here in Syracuse. And the radio station I was at the time surprised me with tickets and backstage.
Oh, wow.
And then just to walk back there, I was so scared. Didn't know what to think. I just, and I'm fine with anybody and everybody else, but it was just Reba. She walked into the room and I did not know what to say. I did not know how to act. I just went, "Hi, I named my dog after you."
I couldn't imagine me here. I'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah, I just, after I told her I named my dog after her, I said, "Don't bother opening the door. I'll go under it and leave." So, it's great.
I can't picture you speechless, Skip.
I know I'm talking too much right now.
Yeah, she's an icon, man. That's.
Did you have any other influences as you were?
For sure. Male artists, my favorite male artist, hands down, is George Strait.
The king.
Yep, he's a king for a reason. Yeah, I love him. For sure, Merle Haggard. Actually, we just wrote a song with Steve about Merle, but let me see. Earl Thomas Conley. I loved him.
Wow.
For sure, old school. Growing up, it was a lot of old school country, and that kind of shaped what I like now. Like my favorite guys now are like John Party, Cody Johnson,
The Texas boy.
yeah, just the traditional, the fiddle, the steel, it just sounds like home.
Yep, exactly. If I see John Party, I know I see the big belt buckle. I hear the steel. I hear the fiddle. It's all going. So that country is really, really cool. And what about somebody like Riley Green?
I've actually just started listening to Riley Green since New Faces.
Yeah,
I didn't know a lot about him. I'd heard
he came out pretty strong.
Never died.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd heard the song, but no, I've been going through his Spotify and stuff, and just now kind of checking out his music ever since then. The other one was Ingrid Andrews. I didn't even know about her. Like I hadn't heard a lot. I don't listen to a lot of current country, so like I got my iTunes is loaded with George Strait and all the old. So I just kind of put it on shuffle and roll. But
yeah, there you go. I was going to ask you about the new music because it does sound like you're more of a traditional country person, which is cool. Yeah. So, Deb.
Yes. Do I have a question?
Yes, I just opened up the door for you. I shut up for 2 minutes.
No, it's great. First of all, I love traditional country. I mean, I love today's country, but it's really great to hear that there are some artists out there that kind of want to keep traditional country with us. So I was going to ask your take on how you felt. Well, first of all, Ingrid is fantastic. We saw her at CRS, and she just blew me away.
She has got some pipes, and the songwriting, like, I don't know how old is she?
She's just very young.
20-something. She's a baby.
More hearts than mine. Like the lyrics in that song are like, what?
How old's your daughter? Like 18? Ingrid's
my daughter's 18. Yeah.
So Ingrid's probably just a couple of years over that.
Wow, that's just crazy to me.
So when you're writing your songs or you're thinking about writing, do you kind of want to stay with that traditional country, or do you try to do a blend? What are you thinking? Or is
I don't. I've had this asked me a couple times, and I don't think I think about that too much. I think it just comes out like how I want it. I don't like just probably what's ingrained in me. I don't put a whole lot of thought into how I want the song to sound. Other than, we'll think about the melody and we want to go here with it or there with it, but like
it just comes.
It just kind of happens.
I always envy that. People say it just comes to them and it just flows through. And
the lyrics for sure don't. I mean, like that's something I'm still crafting, and like I've loved, being able to write with John and now Steve, and then we've also been writing with another guy out of Nashville, Timothy Baker, who's up and coming, who's got some great stuff that he's written, and like the way they just craft, and so like how fast they can just come up with a verse. I'm just like, wow. Like, I'm still trying to do that.
You'll learn a lot that way.
Yeah. But I think just like when we come up with something and I play it, I think it just comes out how I want, or just how it is in me, I guess. I don't know.
So you're more on the instrumental side. You feel you're striking more that way, or not?
No, I honestly, I mean, it's just for me. I'm still developing it, and I've got some great writers around me that are helping me along the way. And I'm for sure not. John gets mad at me all the time because I'm not a great guitar player. And like I'll watch like Timothy Baker. I don't know if you guys know him.
Yeah.
He could just sit and play and sing and like
go.
I'm in awe. I'm just like, geez, I wish I could do that.
Kim is asking, do you have any type of a tour schedule yet? I know, with everything going on, there's not much going on, but
lots up in the air right now. We had, I'm kind of actually just now starting to think about getting around, circling back on a lot of these things to see if they're still going on. But we were starting to book. We were starting to book up for the summer. Not really anything. It's mostly local stuff here right now, but
Hopefully things will start to lift and you'll be out there again before you know it.
Yeah, I can't wait. I was going through pictures the other day from last year of us playing. I'm like, man, it's time to get back out there. I wish.
getting itchy.
Yeah.
You can only do so
Getting
much.
cabin fever. Now it's nice out, and you're like,
Yeah. But let me guess. You drive a Ford 250.
F-150. Dang.
Oh,
Ooh.
all right. The only reason I went up one because being a welder type person, I don't know. I just pictured you in a bigger truck.
Well, so the F-150 is my work truck. My truck's actually a Toyota Tacoma, just because when I left
Blue?
North Carolina, I had to use my personal vehicle. So
Yeah.
gas, man. I'm not paying.
Well,
I want something that only gets 15 miles to the gallon.
right. Oh, I hear you. I don't know. I could tell you're a truck guy.
Yeah,
One way or
definitely
the
truck.
other. I've always had a Dodge. I had the 1500. I've had the Ford F-150. I've had the Chevy Silverado. I blow through them all. You know, when I get
Yeah.
tired of one, I go get another.
I had an F-150 in North Carolina. I had it for a long time. I never had very many problems with that truck. I had it for 12 or 14 years. I don't remember.
A little birdie told me you like Maroon 5.
I do.
What about the Backstreet Boys?
No.
I'm glad I
No
didn't.
Backstreet Boys.
I'm glad I didn't put that comment up there. Do you know Dylan Arnold?
I do like Maroon 5. I've got, I don't know how many songs. I got pretty much everything they put out.
Do you ever do like a Maroon 5 song when you're out doing your thing?
Not with the band yet.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about it, but I've done it in karaoke for sure. Yeah.
Oh,
My secret weapon is it's actually not a Maroon 5 song, but they did a version of it. It's an Adele song, I think.
I'm not really sure.
I can't remember it off the top of my head, but
do you know Emma Smith?
Emma Smith. Yeah, old school, right?
Well, she says hi from the UK.
Oh, I thought you were talking artists.
No, I'm sorry. And the reason,
Hi, Emma.
the reason she's in the United Kingdom, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
We're
getting ready to do. We're doing a live stream on Sunday with a bunch of people from out there.
See, that's awesome. And I think the country music, I have another friend that does a European tour, and obviously they can't do it this time around because of everything that's going on. And she's pretty upset about that. And she's going to join us next week on the podcast. Her name's Jessica Lynn, but she, the country music there is huge.
That's crazy. Like, yeah, I didn't know about that until, so we went out, I went to Nashville last summer, to record my EP. And met a Swedish artist, Belinda Charlene, who ended up doing a duet with me. One of my songs on my EP is 24/7, and it's a duet with her. And she's very, I don't know if you guys know her. She's very old school, like, we were talking Reba, like, but older, like Tammy Wynette, all the old stuff. Like she's got a great old school country voice. And, yeah, I had no idea. They throw a big country music festival out there every summer.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, wow.
Yeah, she was pretty upset that they've that's what she does. They have a huge music festival. She's always part of that, has been for years. They go over there for like 4 months at a time and just tour. Yeah, and it's so big over there. So big. And I never expected that, but she says it's unbelievable. But obviously with everything that's going on right now, she all that's been put on hold, which is heartbreaking.
It is.
We'll have to put that on the bucket list one day.
Bucket list.
Check out their country music.
That'd be awesome.
What is on your bucket list, Clayton?
I want to go to Alaska and go fishing. That's one of mine.
That's cool. I want
to catch one of them big halibut.
Oh my God.
And I was just seeing pictures up there. It looks gorgeous up there. And yeah, I've always wanted to go up there. I'd like to go see like Italy and stuff like that.
Does it make you nervous to go overseas right now?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's crazy times right now.
As you can see, we're talking with Clayton Smalley tonight, and this is Skip Happens. So if something goes wrong, you just say Skip Happens.
Yeah.
I love that name.
Things do happen too, let me tell you.
It happens.
Got a few technical issues here and there.
The name fell right into the meaning of the show. But Clayton, you've got your music out there. What about a website? Where can viewers go and check you out a little bit further? And I know you said you also have your own YouTube channel, which is cool.
I do. Yeah, that's just Clayton Smalley. Website's ClaytonSmalleymusic.com. And then my Facebook and Instagram are both Clayton Smalley Country. And yeah, Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff. Yeah.
Is there any other artist besides Reba, maybe that you've met that just kind of really totally blew you away? Anybody like Randy Travis or anybody like?
Yep, I got to meet Randy it wasn't at CRS, it was the summer I came out. It was last year when I came out to record my EP, and we did a writers round at Nashville Palace. And after that was over, it was myself, John, Megan Barker, who puts on the show Jammin' and Jammies, and Justin Harden. And yeah, he was in the audience after that. And that's a big, like,
all right, so you did it.
The biggest one I've met.
Yeah, you played that night.
Yeah.
And
I don't think he was there when I played.
I was going to say, Randy Travis was in the
And
audience.
had I known, it would have been a disaster.
I'd be pooping my pants if you know it. I'm just saying.
So would you be nervous knowing?
I'm pretty sure I would have been nervous. Yeah,
There'd be some big artists.
That was kind of at the beginning. Yeah, I was just getting things rolling back then. So
I'd be like, yeah.
But no, it was amazing to shake his hand. I mean, as a songwriter, like, I did a cover of this for my YouTube, and I didn't even know how much he had written back then, because like one of my favorite songs is "I Told You So," and I covered that. And whenever I do a cover of a song, I'll always go research it, find out who wrote it, and put that in the description and stuff, you know. And I saw he had written that one. I was like, man, that's just an amazing, like, all-time country song right there.
Is there anybody else that you can think of?
I've met. I opened for Ned Ledoux.
That's cool. He's got a new song out, by the way.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting the ball going, and he's a great guy.
Oh yeah, a lot of fun too.
Oh, when we were at CRS, I met when we were at CRS, we went to the.
I'm surprised you remember. CRS. I mean, come on. That's a country radio seminar when everybody that has anything to do with radio is in one.
But we were doing so much that week. It was just like, it was nonstop. But yeah, we went to the Curb Records lunch deal that they had, and met Lee Brice, who was a really cool guy, and Mo Pitney, who is one of my favorite artists now.
I love Mo Pitney.
Oh my God. Like, literally, it's just recently that I've on YouTube, I've got a guy that's been following me for a long time. And for the last year, he's been like, go check out Mo Pitney, go check out Mo Pitney. And I've just been, doing my thing, and so down and doing my thing that I just didn't. And I met him, and like, we just sat there and talked about hunting and fishing for quite a while, as well as music, and just a great dude. And I went and listened to his stuff, and I'm like, good night. How is he not bigger than he is? My favorite song, hands down, is Clean Up on Aisle 5. Like,
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I could see you being a big fan of Mo Pitney. I think that's right up your alley with your style of music.
I went back and found those comments, and I told the guy, I'm like, I'm sorry it took me this long, because that dude is awesome.
John wants me to tell you to put down the Coors Light.
I don't have it. Now you just baited me to pick it up.
Yeah, I know. Normally I have something here, and yeah, we have our glass of wine, or I have a beer or something, but not tonight. I'm just kind of chilling. But yeah, very cool. Your music, I think you're off to a good start. We've got Happy Place. I told Grassroots today that we're going to throw it into our rotation on the Wolf in Syracuse.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and we'll see how it all plays out, which is cool. I know Deb would agree with me, and she's probably one of your biggest fans right there, because I got to tell you, whether it's you or any other new artist, that young lady right there is all about putting you in front of new fans and getting your music out there. And so am I, but she's got such a passion and a dedication to do this. And it's
thank you so much, Deb. I wish I could see you.
Oh, I forgot you can't. You'll have to go back and watch the replay.
She's been sitting there picking her nose the whole time. So no, I'm just kidding.
Yes, he's definitely kidding. No, it's a pleasure. I love. We kind of developed. Well, we've always enjoyed the new artists. In meeting the new artists and watching them develop and getting their fan base, and we kind of started this thing in Syracuse last year, and we have these showcases now when the new artists come through, and we just fill the room. You know, we have a couple of venues we work with, and it's great because you get, as an artist, are introduced to new fans, and our fans are now introduced to a new artist. They get a taste of Nashville, a taste of new country music, new songs, and it's just a win-win for everyone. And we just have a great old time doing it as well.
That's awesome.
So when you're up this way, we'll definitely be doing that.
Sounds great.
And hopefully it'll be sooner than later.
Yeah.
It's just, but I mean, we have to do things easy, but still, we'll see how it all plays out. And this is another avenue. The way I look at it, doing what I'm doing here with Skip Happens is to get exposure for you guys, as I mentioned in the beginning, to get you, it's another avenue for you guys to get out there a little bit. And, and I can play the song as you heard in the beginning, and everybody gets familiar with you as an artist. And what's really cool is we have a conversation. That's what this is. It's a conversation.
Yeah.
People realize that you're a real person. That's why I ask, you drive this, or, what do? You hunt, you fish. You know what? You're no different than anybody else. I go to work at a radio station every day. Deb's got her thing going. You play music. It's your job, but you love what you do. God bless you for that, my friend. That is so awesome. What do your kids think about what Dad does?
Yeah, at first it was a little weird for him, but my daughter came home one day from I think she was just finishing up high school when Ride or Die released, and she came home and she's all, I swear I heard somebody listening to your song in my classroom, a couple seats behind me. It was so embarrassing. Now it seems like they're a little more proud, and
it's that initial shock. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of an adjustment period.
Yeah, but that's typical for kids. So
yeah,
that's what happens. Again, if somebody wanted to jump on and get your music, they can go to the website or probably all your socials and all that. And
all the socials and all the downloading and streaming sites. Yep.
What's your favorite meal?
My favorite meal.
Let me guess. Beef.
I do love a ribeye, but I would say elk back straps wrapped in bacon on the grill.
Elk?
Yeah.
You said elk.
Elk.
Deb, what do you think?
No, thanks.
Closest thing to beef running around in the mountains.
I'm sure if you didn't say elk, you probably wouldn't know the difference, right?
Well, that's the thing. I would have to have it cooked for me and tell me it's something else, and then I'll try it. I won't know. I'll probably love it because I happen to love meat, but to think about it, it's a little weird.
Elk are pretty big, Deb. I'm just they're pretty big.
Yeah.
To haul one out of the woods, that's got to be quite the job.
I've done it a couple times on my back, and I've done it a couple times on horseback, and I prefer horseback.
Horse.
Horse can hold a lot of weight. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they can.
I know they can. That's amazing. That's amazing. Do you work out a lot?
Yeah, I do. I try to. Well, right now I'm at home the best I can, but
no, I get it, and that helps.
Right now, my workout's been this.
Wish I'd love to be there to join you with one. That'd be cool. But thank you for joining us here tonight. We only go about 45, 50 minutes, so we try to keep it short, but we try to find everything out about the new artist. And here again, I can't say it enough. We love to do this, and we love to get you out there in front of people. And this is just another avenue. And for those that are watching and commenting and all that, it Skip Happens. And I have artists on like Clayton here we do it at least twice a week right now.
That's awesome.
And, it's pretty cool. We had Pam Tillis on the other night, which was great conversation, and it just blew me away with hearing the stories about her and her dad and being on that Opry stage. It just totally blew me away. So
amazing. Yeah.
So if you would, those of you watching, if you search Skip Happens on YouTube and give us a hit the subscribe button, and then you'll be able to see Deb and I more often. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing.
It's been a blast.
Skip Happens.
I'll be watching.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. And, I want you to take care of yourself. And the music, I'm going to play a little bit of this again, just a little bit before we say goodbye. After I might play the whole thing. Here we go. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the
Seems
flight.
like I can't turn on my TV or go scrolling through my news feed without something that'll bring me down. Some kind of crisis I could do nothing about. It makes me want to grab my fishing gear, pack a cooler full of cold beer, point my pickup to my fishing hole. This way I know to let my troubles go. Standing on the shoreline, soaking up the sunshine, finding the right bait is my only care. Enjoying the warm breeze, taking it easy, while the whole world loses its mind. Know I'll be alright, as long as the fish will bite. Life deals you a hard pill, the best prescription to cheer. Make a beeline for your happy place. If you need me, I'll be down by the lake, standing
on the shoreline, soaking up the sunshine.
Enjoying the warm breeze, taking it easy, while the whole world loses its mind. You know I'll be alright. Standing on the shoreline, soaking up the sunshine, finding the right bait is my only care. Enjoying the warm breeze, taking it easy, while the whole world loses its mind. You know I'll be alright, as long as the fish will bite. It's gonna be alright. I think I just gotta bite.
Fish on.
Ah, there it is. And now normally it'd be like 92.1 The Wolf. It's Clayton Smalley and Happy Place. And
awesome.
Before we say goodbye, of course, just joined by John, who manages and does a lot of songwriting and also with grassroots promotion. But it's good to have you on board, buddy. How are you?
Thanks. You are a great interviewer. He's new to this. Y'all did great.
I mean, he's new to this. Look at him. He's fine. He's fine. He's doing
awesome.
good. I know you guys are all awesome. We're still live on Facebook, but you guys are all awesome.
It's all about having fun.
It's just
we don't have a format. So we don't have a format. We just get on and have some fun.
That's great.
That's I call it a long form conversation. That's what this podcast is, and we just get together, we talk, we find out about the artist, and in your case, John, doing what you do, you write, you manage, you send the music out to radio, you talk to a lot of radio program directors.
Yeah.
You slam the phone down on a lot of them every day.
I don't personally call. There's other people at Grassroots that call.
All right.
I've just met people over the years. So
wait a minute, go back. How did you and Clayton meet?
We met on Instagram. So I really got frustrated because I would start getting messages from artists, and I would accept their friend request, and I'd send them a message like, "Oh, thanks for finding me. How did you find me?" And I'd never get a response. And I was like, this must be some kind of bot that's just following people.
Right.
And so I made a point, like he said earlier, I made a point that I was gonna reply to everybody that friend requested me and say, "Hey, how did you find my music?" He came right back and he was like, "Oh, you came up with a suggestion." I said, "Good, keep me entertained." That was my reply.
Partnership.
And he did. And then I went and listened to his music, and I was like, I think he might need some songs. Let's start writing together.
And I'm kind of glad that you popped in, and you've got, Deb is right there, and we still got Clayton over here, and I'm down in the corner. Wait a minute, what corner is it? No,
you're pointing at me.
I know.
I'm pointing. No,
how weird that is?
You're this way. Deb's up there. Clayton's over here.
Tell me.
It's all the Brady Bunch thing.
Yeah, it's the Brady Bunch. Good night. No.
Sorry. Go ahead, Skip.
It's a story.
I love it. But what do you work for the promotions company, Grassroots?
Yeah.
Why don't you explain to everybody what you do? And maybe a lot of people don't realize that a lot of these artists like Clayton, they come to you or you went to him and you guys came together. And you're helping him with his music and you're helping get his music out to those that need to hear it. How does that work?
First of all, I'll tell you this. This is mind-blowing. And I mainly work on the streaming side. Like we have artists that, streaming is becoming a big thing of like how to reach an audience on Spotify or Apple Music. And that's kind of what I do. But there's 40,000 songs that go out to like Spotify and Apple Music every week. 40,000 songs. So what Clayton is doing, I mean, there's so many people doing it. And I listened to your podcast with the young lady from Alabama, from Georgia. What was her name?
Oh, Courtney.
Courtney, yes. And
Courtney.
You're so right. What you said about there's so many people that deserve more recognition, but there's just so many people that are out there doing it. And so Grassroots and their other promotion companies that basically they have the relationship with radio, and so they are able to kind of like fast track you a little bit to the right gatekeepers or the right people that to listen to the music. And I've worked for Grassroots 2 times now on 2 different occasions. Really nice people. And I know RJ is calling on you. RJ is wonderful at what he does.
RJ and I are good friends. We worked together in radio for a long time. So, well,
it's the thing that I like about Grassroots is that everybody there is really passionate about independent artists, and so to have stations that play independent artists that's not programmed by an algorithm or whatever like a consultant is saying, it really does make radio better. Because I mean, who wants to hear the same 30 songs every 2 hours? And what you guys do is great, is because it's giving these guys their first chance at an audience. And so thank you so much for what you do. So that's basically, Grassroots promotes radio artists like Clayton and others to radio stations all around the country. And so it's really important. And
it's very important. And it's people like Clayton that I believe in. Of course, being a program director and running a radio station, yes, I have to play the big artist. Yes, I have certain rotations, but I also, because we're independently owned, I make the music decisions. I have certain categories. I will take the artists like Clayton and I put them in a category because I think they need to be heard. Maybe I'll be honest with you. Maybe it's only overnights. Maybe it's only on weekends. Maybe. But you know what? The point is we're getting that music on the radio and we're getting artists out there to be heard. And that's one thing I do firmly believe in. A lot of the big companies will do nothing but the hits and only the hits and the big artists. Well, it shouldn't be that way.
And for me, I moved to Nashville 25 years ago this June to be an artist. And I quickly figured out okay, there's a lot better singers and kind of started doing writing. So for me, I know what it's like to be like Clayton and feel like I want to be heard. I want people to hear my music. He's there for me.
Yeah. Right there. Yeah.
And so that's why I'm so passionate about working with independent artists, is that I learned a lot of what not to do in the process in the years that I've been here. And so if I can help fast track somebody and also get to write with a really talented artist and release music, it's great. And it's fun. And it's fun to see the excitement. Like his first project, his EP, was featured on iTunes on their main page. And I'm like, I don't think you understand. That just does not happen normally for your first project out on an independent label or just independent release. And so it's fun. It's fun to see the excitement. It's exciting for me. It's like me, I feel what he feels.
Very cool. Do either one of you, Clayton or John, what advice would you give an artist that may be watching this, that maybe there's somebody local here in the Northeast? What do you think they should be doing? To get themselves out there? Do they need to move to Nashville? What advice you know what I'm saying? What can you tell these people that really want to do this?
Go ahead, Clayton.
For me, yeah, I mean, for me, always dreamed about going to Nashville, but for me, it was just getting myself out there on the internet or whatever. I mean, that's what got me to meet John, which has gotten me as a result to Nashville.
I texted him this the other night. I texted him. I said, the reason why you're having success now is that you decided not to give up on your dream and put yourself out there by starting a YouTube channel.
Love it.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing is get yourself out there. Just don't sit on it.
And then also you have to find people that you trust. I mean, that is the key thing. And you've been in Nashville. I mean, you've visited Nashville. I mean, there's a lot of kind of sometimes shady stuff, around independent artists. But you just have to find somebody that you trust that feels like that they're actually, with you for the long haul. And that would be what I would say is like, and you have a gut feeling of when you feel like you trust people.
Yeah, go with your gut. Usually that's right.
Yeah.
So, hey, you guys are awesome.
No, you guys are awesome. And thank you so much for having Clayton and
oh, man.
And I'm the one that talks too much.
No, but you've got very interesting to people like me, and I'm sure to Deb as well, because we're both looking at it from a different angle and hearing it from you as one of the, you work for Grassroots, who's the promotion company that's, putting Clayton out there. So it's interesting to get your perspective on it. And then it's also interesting to hear it from Clayton as the artist that needs to be out in front of these people and, eventually hitting the circuit, getting out there on tour and maybe opening up for some bigger acts and hopefully getting out the big stage as well someday down the road,
And the good thing about Grassroots, Nancy and Teresa, they're fully supportive of me as like the creative side too. Like I work on the business side and the creative side, and it's actually fun doing both. It's fun to kind of be able to straddle that fence and to hear we wrote Happy Place maybe 6 weeks ago, and to see the whole process of writing the song, it being produced and then released to radio in such a quick
that's amazing
time.
6 weeks, and you were able to put it down on paper, to put it all together, lay the tracks down, put the song together, and ship it out to radio. That's amazing.
Tell them about the day we wrote it, Clayton.
Yeah, it was when this stuff first started coming out, and like the news was just relentless. And I'd get home from work and watch the news, and Saturday rolled around, and my son had been bugging me for a little while to go fishing because I'd just been swamped. And I was like, that's exactly what I need. Let's get out of here. Let's go fish. And I got home later that day and posted some pictures up on Instagram and Facebook. And John texted me that afternoon, I think. He's like, I love how the whole world's freaking out right now and you go fishing. And I'm pretty sure we both said at the same time, that's a song, let's write it. And we ended up writing it that night. I think it was one of the fastest ones we wrote together. And then, he sent it to Dave, and Dave put a track together, and I went up to Salt Lake to a studio here and cut the vocals and sent it back to them.
Well, great job on that, guys, because it's a great song, and I've told RJ, and we're going to get it on the Wolf. We'll do what we can with it, and absolutely, I think Clayton needs to be heard. He's another example of a great talent that's right there. You need to get him out there. But
he's a hard worker. He responds to every comment. He is dedicated.
Well, I appreciate all you guys. It means the world to me. So,
well, just remember, skip happens. So no matter what happens, and you tell Nancy and Teresa I said hello. They know exactly who I am, and
absolutely.
I remember, was it Nancy? They had their husbands or her husband.
It was in a duo.
Yes, I'm trying to think.
Hometown News.
There it is. And they had a van. And the van was wrapped.
The song was called Minivan. They had a song called Minivan.
Right. The song was called Minivan. Sorry, Deb. I don't know if you remember this or not, but the song was called Minivan. And I was at another station at the time, but I remember that van pulling up. And Susanna Alexander was the rep at the time.
I'm friends with Suzanne. I'm good friends with Suzanne.
Oh, I love it. What a small world. You tell her Skip said hello.
I will.
In the airport once in her Jeep. And she took me to where I needed to go. But she's just such a sweet person. Sweet person.
Yeah.
So, very cool. Hey, you know what, guys? It's been about an hour. And Thank you so much. You guys are, John, you're awesome. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We should have had a beer at that party. Deb and I were hanging out there, and I had to carry Deb out of the place that night.
Deb, next CRS, we need to hang out.
You know what? This is terrible to say, but I'm so glad this COVID thing hit after CRS, because I would.
He thinks he got it there. Where's he at? There.
Yeah.
Seriously?
He should go. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
Clayton.
I can't hear Deb. I don't know.
Oh, he can't hear or see
I don't know
me.
if you're talking to me, but
Oh, he can you not?
Clayton thinks he got it at CRS. When he got back, he was sick.
Oh,
But
my
I think that happens every year. I think that happens every year at CRS.
there's no sleeping there. That's why.
You need to go, just out of curiosity, you should go get that the antibody test. Just to find out if you're probably fine. But I mean, just to see if you have it.
Yeah.
You might have super blood that they want.
That too.
Well, tell Clayton we'll start stalking him on social media now.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll put all your links on our websites as well, and everything that we have. I know the Country Music Fan Club will get you out there too, and we'll talk about it on the Wolf and get you on our socials as well. So
thank you guys so much, Deb. I can't hear you anymore, but thank you so much for having me on. And
I messed it up.
yeah, John jacked it up.
Thank you.
yeah, I can't hear Deb either.
You liar. Make sure well, when you watch the rerun, I'm saying thank you for being here.
All right. He says thank you, and we'll upload this. It'll all be on YouTube in just a matter of minutes. We're live on Facebook.
Right.
It is Skip Happens, our guest Clayton Smalley, and of course John Griffin there with us. John from Grassroots, and also being an artist and a writer and all that. It's such an honor, John, that you joined us here tonight.
Well, thanks for letting me pop in.
And anytime, and pass the word that we're here. And if you've got to tell the people at Grassroots that, it's just your avenue for them, and tell them I said hello to Nancy and Teresa. We love them.
Absolutely.
And everything they do. They have a great company. They're putting out great artists, and just so happy to be a part of it. So,
well, thanks so much.
Hey guys,
Thank you guys.
y'all stay safe. All right, do what you got to do, and hopefully our paths across again real soon. So, if not,
sounds good.
Who knows? We might be out if things go. If we can do the ACM Awards in Nashville in September, we might be out for that. So
that would be nice.
And we'll
hang out.
We'll have a chorus, like
absolutely.
The mountain to be blue. Okay. Peace, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Stay safe.